What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to Takedown MMA. Conor McGregor's detailed his tussle with Michael Chandler and has given a big update on Nate Diaz. Plus, Rafael Fiziev wants to take Justin Gaethje's heart. This and more in today's video. Conor McGregor gives update on Michael Chandler and Nate Diaz. Contrary to what Dana White earlier said, Conor McGregor has no issues with Michael Chandler despite the fact that the two had a go at each other on the set of The Ultimate Fighter earlier this month. In the UFC 285 post-fight press conference, Dana White revealed that McGregor and Chandler engaged in a heated altercation while filming The Ultimate Fighter Season 31, and they now hate each other. That's absolutely not the case according to McGregor, who recently revealed that tempers did flare on TUF, and it's all part of the sport, and the two fighters still have a lot of respect and admiration for each other. Whatever difference they may have will be settled inside the UFC octagon later this year.
I had respect for you know, we had an issue, right? Obviously tempers are flaring.
Yep.
It's a hostile thing, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing, respect and admiration, you know, I like his style, he likes my style, we have a good little buzz. There's Nate, no, that's the way it should be. There's still competitive fire, I'm still gonna mince him. I know he's gonna try and throw everything into his shots also, but there's still admiration there.
Interestingly, McGregor also revealed that he wasn't supposed to coach TUF 31 opposite Michael Chandler. The initial plan was to bring Nate Diaz in as a coach, and then book a trilogy fight between the two because they're tied at 1-1, with Diaz winning their first fight at UFC 196 and McGregor exacting his revenge at UFC 202.
It was me versus Nate, so I did not mind who it was against, to be honest, nor do I mind who I compete against. That's widely known. So I had agreed to it. It was Nate. It was like a day or two before. Now it's Chandler, so I'm not sure what went on that end, but it was me versus Chandler, and that's it. I have no problem with it. I'm happy with it, and it's going to be a good bout for sure.
Diaz is currently a free agent after fighting out his UFC contract in 2022. But McGregor still believes the trilogy will take place sooner or later because they have unfinished business.
No, I'll get that again. We'll get that trilogy. That trilogy will happen at some stage for sure.
For now, the Irishman's focusing all his energies on the former Bellator champion. Once he overcomes the Chandler challenge, he'd like to fight the winner of the welterweight title fight between Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman at UFC 286. Luckily, Edwards really likes the idea, and so does Usman. So whichever of the two wins at UFC 286, McGregor's title shot is almost a guarantee if he beats Michael Chandler. Rest assured, 2023 is going to be a roller coaster of a year in MMA. Leon Edwards vows to retire Kamaru Usman, Justin Gaethje, and Rafael Fiziev trade barbs. Leon Edwards thinks his second consecutive loss could signal the end of Kamaru Usman at UFC 286, where the two will battle for welterweight glory at the O2 Arena in London, England. Usman was undefeated in the UFC with 15 straight wins and 5 successful title defenses when he faced Leon Edwards at UFC 278, where he was winning until he wasn't. The Nigerian was cruising up until the final minute of the 5th round, when Edwards sent him to the shadow realm by knocking him out cold with a perfectly timed head kick. Pound for pound, headshot. Dead is what Edwards would say in his iconic post-fight interview. Should he pull off another win over Usman, Edwards thinks it could signal the end of his arch-rival, who will be 36 years old in a few months.
I feel like he's on his way out, you know, and I was gonna open a door for him and give him another path to follow his fashion dreams and follow wherever he wants to go, you know.
While Edwards may think Usman is sort of slowing down, the Nigerian feels the opposite. In a recent interview, Usman revealed that he's feeling extremely confident, and when the cage door closes at UFC 286, he's going to show his opponent that there are levels to this game.
Now, the problem is, you can watch as much tape as you want to. A lot of people can see me and say, oh, wow, he has a decent gas tank. But until you are locked in that cage with me and you actually feel that, you have no idea. This individual has felt it twice, and he has melted twice. So he's shown me nothing to let me believe that he's a better mixed martial artist than I am, besides one Hail Mary in the 5th round.
The main event between Edwards and Usman's getting all the love for obvious reasons. But the fight MMA fans are looking forward to the most is Rafael Fiziev versus Justin Gaethje. It's going to be a fight that's going to keep all of us at the edge of our seats. The hype is real, and Fiziev is embracing every bit of it. For him, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, and he wants too badly to hurt a legend in front of the world.
Doesn't matter what the Charles, I go and make my job. Yeah, touch him with first punch, with second, doesn't matter. I going to take his heart.
Fiziev's comments are chilling, especially with his broken English. But Gaethje's an experienced campaigner, and he promises to give him some humble pie this weekend.
But every guy that I fight, I bring the dog out of every single one of them because they know that I'm coming 100%. I give max effort at all times.
1-2 full cross.
And I'm willing to go through fire. We're going to a dark place on Saturday and planning on drowning him.
The stakes are going to be through the roof in the UFC 286 co-main and main events. And it's going to be a cracking event in London. Let us know your predictions in the comment section below. Glover Teixeira open to boxing. Glover Teixeira is done fighting the best guys in the world, but he isn't ruling out the possibility of fighting someone his own age. Teixeira fought for the vacant light heavyweight title against Jamal Hill at UFC 283, where he was dominated by Mr. Sweet Dreams. In his post-fight Octagon interview, the UFC legend announced his retirement, partly because he didn't want to compete in pointless bouts anymore. For the Brazilian icon, it was always about being the best in the world, and now that he feels sluggish and slow, he thinks he shouldn't put his body on the line against young and hungry contenders.
Don't want to fight if it's not for the title anymore, if it's not for me to be the best in the world anymore.
Despite saying goodbye to fighting at the highest level, Teixeira is still very much in the game as a mentor to UFC middleweight champion Alex Pereira, and he'll continue to help him prepare for his first title defense against Israel Adesanya at UFC 287, plus a future move up to light heavyweight. But if he gets an interesting offer, like a boxing match with someone his age, he'll definitely think about it.
At least for UFC, if I'm gonna do for the money, I do something easy, like I box the guys at my age or something, then it'd be different than fight young guys in UFC for the light heavyweight champion.
During his 2-decade-long career in MMA, Teixeira fought the who's who of MMA, including John Jones, Rashad Evans, and Alexander Gustafsson. He's the record holder for the most finishes, most submissions, and second most wins in UFC light heavyweight history. Alistair Overeem suspended. Alistair Overeem has been slapped with a 1-year suspension, and his kickboxing win over Badr Hari has been ruled a no contest due to a violation of Glory's anti-doping rules. Overeem has also been removed from the Glory rankings and asked to turn over a percentage of his winnings from the fight. Overeem parted ways with the UFC after his devastating knockout loss to Alexander Volkov in 2021, after which he returned to his kickboxing roots and signed with Glory. In his return, the Reem was scheduled to fight Glory heavyweight champ Rico Verhoeven, but the former UFC heavyweight had to withdraw due to an injury. In October 2022, Overeem faced Badr Hari in a clash of titans, which he won by a unanimous decision. This isn't the first time Overeem's been suspended for using banned substances. In 2012, the kickboxing legend faced a 9-month suspension by the Nevada State Athletic Commission after he tested positive for elevated levels of testosterone, which was more than double the limit allowed in that state at the time. That's it for today. If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications to stay up to date regarding the latest happenings in the world of MMA. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.